She uses a Ouija board to ask if the missing Ezra is dead, but he's not. He's right here.
Yeah!
Bobby, he's got bear spray in his eye.
Hey guys, my name's Dan, and this reaction comes from Dead Meat. This is Hell of a Summer 2025 kill count. Now this is an interesting one considering I am a huge fan of campy style horror, and I'm also even a bigger fan of horror movies that take place within camps. Obviously, with this being a bit of a twist. So, we're going to see what James has to say about it and throughout this video. And then, of course, at the very end of this video, I will let you know how I feel about it as well. But before we get into all that, though, please check all those links I have for you down in the description below. More specifically, Dead Meat's link. If you haven't already, it's a great way to support the entire Dead Meat team. And a great and easy way to support me is to go right below this video and click all those buttons down there. Because I also like to see future reactions that I do, but it also helps my channel to grow. Without any further ado, let's go.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James H. Denise, and today we're looking at Hell of a Summer, which premiered in 2023 but had its wide release in 25. Hell of a Summer is a summer camp slasher comedy co-written and co-directed by Finn Wolfhard and Billy Brick, who also co-star in it. They started writing the script when they were teenagers and filmed it 3 years ago when they were 19 and 22. It was the first time either of them had directed a feature film.
How are you directing yourself? How was that?
It's a good question. It was an idiotic move on my part.
Their inexperience
God.
and age caused them to run into funding issues. Doesn't matter if you were in Stranger Things. The studio's not going to want to give a teenager millions of dollars to make a movie. They eventually found a financier and Jason Bateman's production company to help them out. And with
nice.
that, these college-age kids were able to make their own coming-of-age teen comedy that's also kind of a slasher. They wanted to make a movie by Gen Z for Gen Z, with teenage characters who felt authentic and fresh. And yeah, some of the dialogue is uniquely contemporary.
In 9 out of every 10 straight relationships, the woman performs the first sexual favor on her male partner. How's that for unfair?
Why do you know that?
But honestly, most of it feels pretty recycled, from the vegan jokes to the rowdy cast of counselors just waiting to be killed off one by one. This thing is by the numbers and tropey. It is definitely not going to blow your mind. But it might be a perfect candidate for an entry-level horror flick, especially for younger viewers. You've been in this situation before. Your kid or squeamish friend says they're finally ready to try watching a horror movie. You don't want to scare those fuckers off with Martyrs or Terrifier. You want to ease them in with something that'll hit familiar beats. Hell of a Summer is that. The kills are pretty tame, and some scenes feel like filler, with improv-like dialogue that goes on too long, but at least the cast is solid and knows what kind of movie they're in. All in all, I didn't love it because I've seen this all before, but it's fine, it's fun, and like I said, good baby's first horror movie. Oh shit.
I agree with all that.
Hello, campers, and welcome back to another year here at Camp Raycon, sponsored by, say it with me,
Raycon!
Raycon!
Hey!
In honor of Raycon's 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life, we have 8 hours of activities planned for you. Yeah, you're not gonna get sick of it. And for returning campers, I promise a year that'll even be better than the last, because we're always looking to up our game, just like Raycon is upping their game with the new and improved Everyday Earbud Classic, now packing active noise cancellation. It's the perfect addition to earbuds that already rival the audio quality of the big audio brands at half the price. But you already know all that. So, let's talk about today's first activity. We're making custom cabin signs tailored to your preferences, just like Raycons offer 3 sound modes tailored to your preferences. And of course, we'll be providing each and every one of you with Raycon's Everyday Earbud Classics to enjoy while you're here.
Oh, goody!
I love to use them when I'm getting work done, exercising, or just playing with Molly. That's like the best part of my day. Their active noise cancellation is perfect for tuning out the distractions of the world. Like when Molly's done playing and decides that it's time to bark. She loves to bark. Incessantly. At everything.
Of course.
There's a person walking by. That's a bark. The doorbell rings. That's a bark.
Yep.
Someone just moves a cup a little bit over on a table. That's
what dogs
barking.
do.
The wind blows. That's barking. She hears a bird outside. That's fucking barking. Good thing Raycon's there, blocking that barking out. Anyway,
all right,
you can get your
James.
own Everyday Earbuds Classic for 20% off at buyraycon.com/deadmeat. That's buyraycon.com/deadmeat for 20% off. The only summer camp I ever went to was band camp, so I just heard that quote from American Pie all the time.
Same.
How many will American die in Hell of a Summer?
Oh.
Let's find out and get to the kills.
Not a bad transition.
The movie begins with a camping couple lounging by the lake. They've got guitars and bug zappers and everything. They're having fun.
Ow! I thought you were gonna kiss me.
Kathy goes for beers, leaving John strumming himself by the fire, but ain't gonna be no happy endings for him. After
Nope.
Kathy gets back, she finds John choking on his guitar neck. Now the poor guy's a ghost note. Kathy takes off and makes it to her car, but when her headlights turn on, her eyes go like she were staring at him. That's because the killer is behind her. And here's your weekend update, a knife is in the back of her head. Great kill here, very well constructed.
Yeah, I like
John
that.
and Kathy were the owners of Camp Pineway, which is currently filling itself with future victims. They're counselors, setting up for the season before the campers arrive. The same premise of the OG Friday the 13th. The senior-most counselor is Jason Hoshberg, a 24-year-old returning for his 8th year at camp, much to the chagrin of his mom.
$100 a week is hardly employment.
Bump me up to 115.
I mean, it was either this or join a paddling team in Maui. Jason's arrival at camp is done to a great needle drop of Day After Day by Badfinger, and shot with a reverence that the character clearly feels for the place. That is a man-child at peace.
A bad day at Pineway is better than a good day anywhere else.
Too bad most of the other counselors don't want him there. That includes Mike, a handsome bro who keeps telling a fake-ass story about a time he beat up a cop.
Officer, I forgot something. Forgot to mention, I'm alive.
Bam! He's got no reservations, dog. There's also ZAMine, a hot popular chick who, as you might have guessed, wants to be an influencer. Ezra is the camp theater nerd who takes his theatrics seriously and keeps his insults on theme.
I think that you may be perfect for the role of Old Man Geppetto.
And wannabe filmmaker Ari is a surly, scowly type who's overcome some obstacles in his life.
I don't even know if you know this, but I grew up with a mildly severe nut allergy.
Yeah, I think you might have mentioned it.
Shannon there is one of the less dickish counselors, but she's basically just a love interest for Christian, or Chris. He's a very agreeable feller, played by co-writer and co-director Finn Wolfhard, star of Stranger Things, the It movies, and your teenage daughter's bedroom wall. Chris is here with his best friend Bobby, played by the other writer and director, Billy Brick. Bobby's not quite as agreeable.
I know he's your best friend, but like he's also kind of an asshole.
Oh, no. He just looks and acts like one.
Nah, he definitely is. Constantly whining about how hot chick Demi's dating hot bro Mike instead of him. Nah, well, at least his shirt shouts out the juiciest Saw character. The only counselor here who seems to like Jason is Claire, and she might even like him. Check it out.
Do you think you can help me with my like form or whatever?
Too bad Jason's got less game than the woods in Wrong Turn. He's a pro-level fumbler. Even when he's trying to flirt with her, he just comes off sounding like fucking Olaf from Frozen.
Romance for Claire.
He's got little snowman arms and everything. Claire's played
Sure
by Allie
does.
Quinn, one of the more experienced members of the cast. She was in M. Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin. She's an excellent co-lead alongside Jason's actor, Fred Heckinger, who we've seen on the count in all 3 of the good Fear Street movies.
True.
Heckinger is great here and has a huge career ahead of him. I promise
Yeah,
you
he's
that. And
fantastic.
he's already been in everything from 8th Grade to White Lotus to Nickel Boys to Gladiator 2. Hell of a start to a career for a hell of an actor. Jason pops into the office sounding like Jack Voorhees.
Here's Jason.
But John and Kathy aren't there. They're dead. Jason don't know that though. He just thinks they're gone for a few days, which means he's in charge. Not that he has any actual control over these rowdy counselors and their hedonistic ways. Look at them, drinking, smoking, just asking to be killed. Surprised they ain't playing strip Monopoly. Hell of a Summer was filmed in 19 days at a summer camp near Toronto. It might have been the first summer camp that the filmmakers ever went to.
Well, Finn never had a childhood.
In fact, Wolfhard Brick and Star Heckinger, who was also a producer, had never gone to summer camp as kids, but hoped to accurately recreate the vibes.
We all had this shared kind of aspirational romantic longing for like a summer camp experience that none of us ever had.
It worked for the cast. They bonded over camp activities during production,
That's
even
fun.
making each other friendship bracelets, which the characters wear in the film.
Oh, that's
Most of
nice.
the counselors make s'mores around the fireplace. Demi's not there though. She's preening in her cabin when someone suddenly appears in her doorway. Next thing you know, cross-cut with Jason chopping wood, blood is splattered all over her vanity mirror, putting an end to Demi's
Perfect.
vanity.
I love
Later,
that.
a counselor named Miley sneaks away for a midnight
Just
snack.
that shot. The multiple times he's just chopping away. You can just sort of like hear the stabbing in the background. It was glorious.
She's a vegan, thinking it'll save the world Astrid and Lily style. Bobby even tried to use it to get into her pants.
You do realize how disgusting the dairy industry is, right? Like, you might as well be eating meat if you're drinking milk.
Jinx. You didn't let me finish.
God, that Bobby's an asshole. Turns out Miley's convictions aren't as well done as her tofu burger, because she's craving the meat right now. Cruelty be damned. Before she can get a sinful bite in, though, a devil man shows up and murders her with an off-screen slash. A nearby P and Mike hears Miley scream, and when he comes inside, gets jump-scared by the killer and a cutaway. Jason is doing his rounds, telling the others about the group activities he has planned for tomorrow, when he goes to Demi's cabin and finds her bloody body in the bunk. He runs to the rec room and screams about the murder, saying Demi's dead and their phones were all stolen. They had been collected in a basket earlier. The others don't take him seriously, with Ezra assuming he's doing some kind of murder mystery activity. He takes them to the cabin where Demi's body has disappeared. Ha, killers. Always moving dead bodies around. Probably a good workout. Still, there's enough blood here to send everyone into a panic, and they find they're unable to escape. Not only are their tires punctured, the killers also destroyed their car batteries. The counselors take refuge in a cabin in the first of many scenes that are pretty underlit throughout the movie. Shit, I might have to... Yep, yeah, just
there
give
you
the
go.
old AVP Requiem treatment. This time at the start of the dark footage, not at the very end. Jason volunteers to check the camp's landline phone, but Claire says he can't go alone. Shannon agrees.
It's way too dangerous, Bobby. Why don't you go with him?
Shannon is hater of the year with his Bobby feud.
Oh,
Calls
God.
to see who has to go with him, and it's theater kid Ezra and Ari the Grouch. Both of these guys have been on the kill count before. Ezra is Matthew Finlan, who was an orphan first kill, singing his favorite Gambino song.
This is America.
And Ari is Daniel Gravel, who was a featured extra in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Yeah, there he is, I think. As the others hang back, protected by Bobby's bear spray, Jason and the low draws head to the cafeteria. They find the phone line deader than Jason's game.
What?
I said you ain't got no game!
Oh,
There's
damn!
blood seeping out of the fridge. They open it to discover Miley's head, or a blurry head-shaped blob if you're watching the public version of this video. YouTube just cannot stand severed heads. Come on,
Nope.
YouTube, live a little. They're set running scared by Miley's head. Maybe too much teeth? Jason gets back first due to his superior cowardice, leaving the others behind. They turn to a counselor named Noelle for help, since she's supposedly psychic. Or at least she looks and acts the part. She uses a Ouija board to ask if the missing Ezra is dead, but he's not. He's right here. Bobby, he's got bear spray in his eyes. Frick and Wolfhard said they were sick of movies where characters became heroes in dangerous situations. So they wrote characters who were flawed and who became even bigger idiots when shit hit the fan.
You would think that everyone's sort of most heroic part of themselves would come out, but like in reality, it's probably everyone's most insecure and stressed out version of themselves.
The two met on the set of
Agreed.
Ghostbusters Afterlife and bonded over a shared love of Jake and Amir. They vibed so much writing the screenplay, they finished the first draft in just 2 weeks. So
Wow.
in sync, they sometimes wrote the same joke independently. Their friendship with each other and the rest of the cast is apparent, especially with all the giggles they had on set. It's kind of funny when the directors are the ones messing up the most takes.
Where's everyone? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Ari doesn't make it back to the cabin with the others. He's been captured. The killer's got him tied up and submissive. Instead of stabbing him with that sharp knife, though, the killer's gonna make use of Ari's deadly nut allergy. This scene is hilariously shot. A jar of peanut butter has never seemed more sinister. I love it. Unfortunately, instead of getting a tourist trap kill, but with peanut butter, Ari's killed off screen. His body's seen being dragged
that's
away
one
by
thing I
the
didn't
killer
like.
a little bit later. Ezra recovers with the help of some shades and throws shade on Jason, accusing him of being the killer. Everyone but Claire immediately jumps aboard the theory, mostly basing their suspicion on a single fact.
You're like 45 and you still go to summer camp.
Yeah! I'm only 24!
Damn, those some umped up charges. Since Jason won't admit to anything, the others leave to get torture weapons to force him to talk? That's a little extreme. Claire takes the opportunity to sneak back and knock out Jason's guard Bobby with a fire extinguisher to the dome. Damn, man, I feel like that could have killed him. They flee Jason's would-be torturers, missing out on the chance for some much-needed liquid nourishment.
Fine. Stay dehydrated.
In the woods, Jason and Claire find the bodies of camp owners John and Kathy. She wants to keep running, but he'd rather pull a Jack Shepherd.
We have to go back.
Even though the other counselors tied him up and were about to have like a rat burrow into his chest or something, he says that he forgives them. He heads back to save them from the killer,
'Cause he's a
urging
good
Claire
guy.
to keep running ahead for help. The remaining counselors decide to look for their missing cell phones, and of course, they split up to do it, which is why Noelle winds up in the art room by herself. The killer appears behind
And
her
get
and adds her
killed.
to the count with a simple knife stab to the back. When they go to crush her head with a painted rock, we see a second masked devil appear. Hold on to your canteens, kids. There are 2 killers in this movie. The killer's devil mask was inspired by Carnival Funhouse entrances and the mass-produced Ben Cooper Halloween masks from the 50s and 60s, the same kind of mask we have as part of the podcast set. As for who the killers are, well, Chris accidentally walks right in on them. They're the previously assumed dead Demi and Mike. And yes, I did put up a kill graphic for Demi, but I lied about her death and other details. I promise that the count will be accurate from here on out.
Alright,
These
fair enough.
schemers, Chris is an idiot.
You guys are alive!
So the killers escape suspicion and learn that the others believe it was Jason. You'd think that'd be great for them, but apparently Demi wanted to become famous and known for killing a bunch of people. But then you'd be famous, but like in jail. Her accomplice Mike points out the obvious. They can instead get famous by being the sole survivors of a massacre. Just pull a Jill and Charlie up in this bitch. She only agrees if they make sure everyone else dies.
I am not competing for camera coverage.
They start with Ezra when he's on stage practicing a monologue. One of them comes in, breaks Ezra's ankle with a stomp, then kills him with an axe swipe to the head. Oh, they're showing this one too. It is bloody. Great stuff. Jason gets back to camp and retrieves his woodchopping axe. He sneaks inside only to come across Mike, who kicks him unconscious and ties him up. Womp womp. Mike puts his fingerprints on all the murder weapons, and Demi applies, eyeshadow? Wait, why? What am I missing here? When they're alone, Jason asks Demi if Mike's making her do this.
Oh my god. My hormonal female brain, it can't think for itself. I'm so indecisive, and thank God a strong man came along and convinced me to murder people. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I know. She's been wanting to kill her fellow counselors for years,
Yup.
especially sad sack pathetic Jason. Mike dons the devil mask and goes out to kill some more, but he ends up eating bottle shard courtesy of Claire, who's come back to help. She and Bobby discover that Mike is the killer.
You miss me? No, you classically handsome piece of shit.
Claire runs off to find Jason while Bobby and Mike get into an all-out dude bro fight. They're knocking over snacks. They're breaking furniture. They're ruining beer pong.
My God!
Thanks a lot, guys. I head next.
Oh,
Warfare
Spy
continues
Buster.
as Mike grabs a pocket knife and Bobby grabs a Yule log. Shit, is this match sponsored by Adult Swim? He tries to hit him in the face
Could be.
with festive flames, but he misses, allowing Mike to get the upper hand. Mike punches Bobby's face like he were trying to beat a free toad lick out of it. Then there's a weird tangent where Mike gets a boner. I don't know, man. Not all this movie's humor works for me. But I do like when Bobby says he's willing to help Mike and Demi, then uses Mike's lame-ass words from the cop story against him.
Mike, I forgot to mention. I'm a liar.
Bam!
Mike returns the favor and stabs Bobby in the gut, but the throat wound is far more lethal, and Mike keels over dead. Claire charges in on Demi and Jason, wielding a bow and arrow. There's some hesitation, but earlier character beats come into play.
I love it.
She loses it straight into Demi's eye. Ha, get it in your eye! It's not enough to kill her, but I guess a stomp from Claire is, since we hear a blood spurt, and that's the end of that. I mean, the killers are dead. They're basically home free, save for Bobby, who's bleeding out in the middle of a burning building. Good thing J-Man's on the case and saves that little asshole. There, little asshole. There. As dawn emerges, Chris kisses Shannon, this time on the mouth, and there's a really pretty shot of Claire and Jason by the lake. The movie ends with the two of them talking about their future and smooching as well. Good for them. Were there a hell of a lot of bodies in Hell of a Summer? Let's find out and get to the numbers, where I hear there are a bunch of thirsty counselors. Don't worry, y'all. I'm coming to help.
Oh, hydration.
God. Why are these so full?
I don't know. Oh, man.
8 people died in Hell of a Summer, and since Chris cares about gender equality, we had 4 male victims and 4 female victims, as shown there. We've seen this count break down 5 previous times on the kill count, though the last time was nearly 5 years ago with the Prowler. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Major Tatham! With a runtime of 88 minutes, Hell of a Summer had a kill on average every 11 minutes even. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to Ezra. Not only does it give us the most gore, that scalp peeling is great, but even the non-bloody part is good. When we see his head get hacked in silhouette. Dual Machete for lamest kill will go to Noel, done off with a quick and simple stab to the back. And that's it. Hell of a Summer premiered in 2023, but had its wide release in 2025. Co-creators Brick and Wolfhard are reportedly working on a reboot of Idle Hands next. Hope they can do it justice. Until next time, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill
That sounds fun.
Next kill count.
I love the original.
She is, the almost birthday girl, here for another kill count.
I'm telling you, she's not ready for this.
Of course she is, because this week we're looking at Long Legs.
Okay, let's take a look.
Long Legs is the 4th film from Osgood Perkins, a director who doesn't monkey around when it comes to getting under your skin.
Prayers don't do a goddamn
What's
thing.
that voice sound familiar?
Micah Monroe stars as Agent Lee Harker, an FBI rookie with a penchant.
That kind of sounds like the guy who played Jason, but I'm not going to assume here, but maybe it is?
For puzzles.
Is it scary being a lady FBI agent?
Yeah, it is.
This darling starling is hunting a killer whose crimes are so heinous, they might just get us demonetized.
It's an algorithm. His algorithm.
His identity? Nick Cage, giving a performance that's absolutely cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. So this week, remember to wear your long legs to the movies.
Ha ha ha!
You'll be there, and you'll be there, and you'll be there. Then this Friday, come collect your kill count from all your friends at Dead Meat. Hail Satan.
Or maybe that's just an impression of the Cage.
Long legs can currently be watched on the picture.
All right, well, James may not have been a huge fan of this, but I certainly enjoyed it a lot. I personally really did like the guitar kill, just because it was just so unique, even though we didn't really see it happen. The fact that it did, I thought was pretty cool. And then, of course, again, with the way that the other camp counselor ended up dying with the knife through the back of the chair, that was so good, because you're just like stuck there for a second. It's like, wait a minute, did the movie glitch? Like, nope, she just stuck a knife in the back of the head, everything's fine. And then, of course, you know, with Jason, I love how awkward he is, and basically the entire cast, I was able to relate to that part of it. And the peanut butter allergy being used to kill one person, I thought was very clever. I would have loved to actually seen the kill personally, but, you know, it is what it is. Then we had the whole thing of having two killers, that whole revelation. I thought that's cool. I like movies that have more than one killer in them. Makes it a little more different, makes it a little bit more complex. And then, of course, the ending I was pleasantly surprised by, because generally with these types of movies, you see a lot of the characters end up dying, and then end up like having like 2, maybe 3 characters survive. We had a whole bunch that ended up surviving in this one, and yeah, and then Jason got the girl. So it's like you said, it's not going to win any awards or anything like that, but I think considering the fact that this is their first time like directing anything and producing anything like this, I think they did a hell of a job with it, no pun intended, and I'm curious to see what that Idle Hands remake is going to look like. But that's going to do it for me here. Comment down below, let me know, what did you think about Hell of a Summer? Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Check all those links I have for you down in the description below. Then lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon. Cruising, Wolverine 310, Kester, Cronus, Joseph McSweeney, Chris Curtis, Voskophony, Misa 2, Fleet Street Ficom, Songbird 177, Misa 3, Inkalinquist, MB Cardall, 20L, The True Sunny Hero, Jonic Boudreaux, The Demons of Rage, Mikey Moo, Jazz, Powerpuff Girls fan number 8, and Matthew. And if you too like to have a shout out and then each and every one of my videos, please head on over to patreon.com/NeedThatReactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.